That is why I say, when Hans, who I see in a picture with my friend, speaking about actions have consequences, I know you have to be a threat. It's a threat, it's a threat, it's a threat. And they know that the teachers don't have the numbers, but you know, they move Parliament. Parliament usually be from 4 p.m. I mean, for this thing here, the budget and wherever else, right? We call it, which one does come first? The estimate, the one that they were supposed to be having first. To start a caging public sector workers, the teachers and the public sector workers, they are already saying that they don't have the numbers. You know, they move Parliament from 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. to cage them in. And maybe now to go threaten them like what Keith Mitchell did in Grenada, to say you would deduct salaries, monies from their salaries if they don't go to work. But he has so much blasted mouth. Leave the thing at 4 p.m. after school. They don't have the numbers. Don't dodge them, man. Don't dodge it. Don't dodge it. Don't dodge it.
That time, though, he couldn't direct the show for a fellow named Noel Jackson. I don't know what happened. I tell you, Noel Jackson, I spoke to him from New York, too, at the same time. About something when they tried to shut him down. His union. Get him, union members not to contribute because he was not about to...
Wait, hold on. You know the same thing they're doing now? They have even the bad man on radio trying to get other members not to come out. And same thing they did to Noel Jackson in 2000, you know. Same thing they did to him. Now he so afraid that they will set ballers, police, and Hans Matadiel and him.
That time, though, he couldn't direct the show for a fellow named Noel Jackson.
No.
I don't know what happened. I tell you, Noel Jackson, I spoke to him from New York, too, at the same time. About something when they tried to shut him down. His union. Get him, union members not to contribute because he was not about to engage in the mashing up of the country. Oh, boy. All right. Anyway, I spoke to him, too. Yeah, because I wrote to Ms. Keyser criticizing the Sourcelight for not publishing Mr. Noel Jackson's piece in defense of himself after he was attacked by Jomo Thomas. But that's another story.
No, not this one here, man. I want the one with setting Hans Matadiel and him. That is not the one I want. I thought that had any part. With
we even take our hard-earned money and send university. Some of them come back more notice than they go. Some of them.
You heard that, right? You heard that? You insult? They come back more dotish than before they go. They're thieving out hospital. They're inefficient. They're ineffective. Even those looking after the elderly call them thief. How they just go in people's place and turn up the place. Eh? I tell you, boy, it's easy. It's easy.
Yeah, Burns. Lady wants to know. Eglinton Avenue West, what kind of place was that? Is that the place where the diplomatic car used to be? No wonder the NDP lose. With people like you hanging around, I won't do anything about you. You know I got Burns on tape, yes. I'll get it next week. I got to get Burns. Talking about 17 years? For 17 years, Burns stayed there and lap at the trough. Had no problem, nothing at all. No, all Burns had a problem with the 17 years. Burns had a problem with the 17 years. And he was there the entire time. He had an awakening after. You know something? Tell you something. I'm going to repeat it. Since the lady mentioned Mr. Burns there. Mr. Burns was up in Canada with the farm workers. Oh, Mr. Burns. You know a fella named Alistair Mars? He ship a whole bunch of stuff down here that you pick up from all about. He still ain't get paid yet. Well, you going to like to tell me is the NDP and pay him. You know what? I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check out if any money, was paid. But Mr. Burns hanging out. Well, you all remember Vincent Beach? House of ill repute. All striptease and thing now. And who sang that thing, The Gambler? Yeah. Burns. I mean, Burns is an amazing fellow. God bless tapes, I tell you. God bless tapes, I tell you. God bless tapes, I tell you. No, let me tell you all something else now. You remember in 2000, somewhere around there, they brought a fella from Barbados named Joseph Niles, right? They had a shindig in Victoria Park. Remember that? Well, a fella named Ralph Gonsalves called me, spoke to me, right? Telling me how we keep into thing together.
Nice.
All the demonstration and so on and everything together.
Listen to this.
You think Fitzpatrick and them, not Fitzpatrick, Fitzjones and them fellas, they could run this thing here? It's me. Every 5 o'clock in the morning, I gotta call them and tell them what to do.
Right.
He told me so. Ralph Gonsalves told me that.
Right.
I hear fellas saying Julian Francis. No, Ralph told me what he directing the show, calling these fellas up. At that time, though, he couldn't direct the show for a fella named Noel Jackson. I don't know what happened. I tell you, Noel Jackson, I spoke to him from New York, too, at the same time. About something when they tried to shut him down. His union. Get him, union members not to contribute because he was not about to engage in the mashing up of the country. Oh, boy. All right. Anyway, I spoke to him, too. Yeah, because I wrote to Ms. Keyser criticizing the Sourcelight for not publishing Mr. Noel Jackson's piece in defense of himself after he was attacked by Jomo Thomas. But that's another story. So I'm talking to Ralph Gonsalves, telling me how we keeping this stuff together. And a part of keeping this stuff together, at that Joseph Nile function, something in the neighborhood of $14,000 disappeared from the bar. And he, Ralph Gonsalves, had to write a personal check to shut them up.
Talk.
Keep quiet. All right, I'll replace the money. Ralph Gonsalves told me that. No, I don't know. Joseph Niles.
Carnival
at the park. I don't know. And Ralph said, well, I mean, I don't know now. Should I believe him? I don't know, but that's what he told me. So I'm going to only tell you what he told me. That he had to write a check to replace the missing funds and keep everything quiet in order to keep the thing together.
All right,
together
then.
now.
Wow. Wow. This is the Night Nurse program. Good night.
I realize it is the Nurse Night program. Good night.
The who?
I realize it is the Nurse Night program.
You like you want 2 good injection, you know?
I said good night.
Good night, sir.
I'm here.
God bless tapes, I tell you. God bless tapes, I tell you. God bless tapes, I tell you.
What you say?
That a Billy Galbarage was. That is Billy Galbarage. Did anybody tell you which part in Billy and the Galbarage? You know?
Never talk the talk, man.
Billy Cemetery.
Oh, yo.
Anytime you're dead, are you going to
Galbarage.
Galbarage. I'm listening to a cemetery here tonight.
You want hear Billy Galbarage? You want hear Billy Galbarage?
Well,
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I think you're going to tell me that you're telling him to tell me good morning.
Anyhow, where are for me tonight?
Well, I was listening to the 2 tale of the tape.
Oh, a tale of 2 tapes?
Yes.
Nice.
And when a man could be saying something today.
No, and here now, Mr. Mac, Is not only saying something, you know. It's how we say it.
Yeah, well,
Wait. Listen to this thing. Let me give you a little minute to listen to this. Good, right?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I gotta say, well, there were people saying you all shouldn't say anything. I totally disagree with them. You did the right thing. But I am here listening to the Prime Minister, and I'm telling you, I'm getting goose pimples.
You believe that, Mr. Mark? What you say?
he say getting goose pimple. In other words, he hear them sticking out on his straight by his skin.
You frightened?
My that is something. All I could do laugh.
Anyhow, you hear your partner asking where the money will come from. You heard that?
Yeah, well, I believe when a person set in their ways and there is no real way of dialogue, it is bad. People are supposed to be able to reason because you're talking about Bing.
I ain't calling any name, you know.
Yeah, because I could remember there was a controversy between he and Major. He been asking Major where Major will get the money, or the government will get money from to give her one or whatever percent increase. But look, the other day came when the Prime Minister then was proposing 0.5%, 1%, 1.5%. So then I called back and I asked him, I said, well, how you been questioning Major and tell Major where the money will come from to give raise? And now the PM is talking about a raise. He say he ain't debating that. You know?
They say woman a Delilah boy, but I tell you something.
Well, the scripture give an idea of Delilah, but it happens with men too. We have known in scripture where men went to hold men for the men too. Okay? Men kill men for other men too. So it is broad. It might be today that a woman is the actor in that scene, but it's general. There's nothing new under the sun. So when these people going on, it's bad. But I call into Major them program today, and when I realized that if a person making $1,000 a month, the increase that they're going to get can't buy a pound of fish. I know you can't buy a pound of mutton because
Hey, somebody say laugh out loud. So Delilah said to tell a good night, he say laugh out loud.
tell him I say hello.
Who them, sir?
Me no.
Okay. You think it's big, and I give me big number up to now, you know? Keep it for yourself.
But I'll not break up me and bring friendship, you know.
All right then, but it's not he. Anyhow, I was told to say good night to somebody in North Carolina. They're now tuning in.
Yeah.
And you have to tell them good night too.
Without knowing the name? A male or a female?
Forget about that.
No,
You're walking by a post office?
If I'm walking by a post office? I used to walk by a post office.
What mail and whatever? What happened? Oh, they say now you're not going to put the names of any gender and anything right now. So it could be a she, him, or whatever else.
Yeah, he, she, or whatever. Or a mama man like we've been playing, they just
Oh.
you just make the reply.
Mr. Mark? Oh, Lord have mercy upon you.
Don't you know you have a lot of men who act mother in this world? Maybe their wife or their spouse die and they had was to care the children. You call them Mama Man. Mama Man. But they say anytime you find a man always want to cuss and cuss. And then particular when they cussing
female hormones.
You
Female hormones or as
anti-man. I don't never hear the name there. Anti-man.
But Mr. Mac, would you have left your telephone?
No. Reasons, Margaret.
I tell you reasons. You could crack passwords, you know that?
Yeah.
All right.
Who don't want to leave me my phone? If somebody could not do some setup business somewhere using my phone, and when they do trace it back, it is in my phone. No water could have washed off. Especially among a group of people who are the real professional liars.
You must leave phone.
Yeah, and Margaret, this a call. Really.
Tell people turn off the phone, man.
Yeah. So this, do you know there's a difference with people who govern and a regime? Do you know real people who govern in a democracy always want people participation or people input in it? But when you have a regime, they just put down things and you must accept that. I do this, I do that. You understand? You won't want to give people a 0.5% or 1%.
And as Major say now, for you to get $50, your salary have to be how much?
5,000.
Oh, Jesus have mercy. Just to butter people mouth. Hey, Mr. Mac, if it's one song I have to get before I die, is that Calypso by the man sick named Pharaoh? Yeah, tell you?
Okay.
Playing up with the minds of Vincentian, that is all he's doing.
Yeah, because Margaret, how much people in St. Vincent is working for more than, say, $1,800 a month? Much more to $5,000. $5,000 in the civil service today. You could check it out. 98% of them are labor rights. Let me say, ULP rights. Right? There's a lot of people today glad to if they could get a work making $1,000. And they were making $1,000.
$10. Big people.
And Margaret, remember no.
One of them must take the $10 and pass it across the face.
Margaret, how much for a pound of mutton?
Oh, how you reach your mutton?
No, me ask you, how much for a pound of mutton?
Man, don't question me on radio, man. I don't look at I can't buy. I can't afford to buy.
$12 or more dollars.
Okay.
What they give can't buy a pound of mutton. What they give you for a whole month, at the end of the month can't buy a pound of mutton. A pound of kingfish sometime at $10.
Me see one on radio saying that he'll buy chicken back.
I can't doubt him.
Oh, no, have you got that?
Because there are many people in St. Vincent tonight gone sleep and they don't know what breakfast coming from.
$10.
For the children, you get $10. So wait, what about the yes workers, Margaret? Who them give $400?
Mr. Mac, you know, that is, I saw two young ladies who I know used to work, or two young women, because they say ladies young, right? And I feel my heart went out for them. They were on the YES program. And now, you know, they home doing nothing. Yeah. Set them up.
Yeah.
They don't feel good. They went out and all, and they buy clothes and this and that, and now they're home.
And sometimes in these institutions, they work the YES program workers harder than those who making the big money. This is real advantage, you know, Margaret.
I tell you. But Mr. Mac, you have lawyer man like Blazer Williams not adhering to the public service rules and regulation. Here we court say. Right? And you telling me no. You telling big people must leave their phone?
Margaret, yeah. Margaret, let me go back a little bit. A little while. I believe, I am now convinced that it was God's divine guidance why UPM did not win that election in 1979. When they were the strongest bunch, you understand, to take government from Cato in 1979, when I think it's about 3 days before the election, when a certain man announced, well, Vincent Chance, we are going to have the reins of power, and those who are too cattle will lose one. Those who are goats, you understand? They will be stripped away. What now? Our parents take down from we because we may don't convince them to vote for UPM, you know. You understand? When you watch, if those people they win to what they are perpetrating today, remember you had my good friend Renwick Rose, Blazer Williams, and them in there. You had PR, right? Our Prime Minister, you could have seen these were the full-blooded communists. You understand? If right now they are behaving, so you could imagine what would have taken place at that time. Because some of them won a political seat.
And carrying on so. They already calling up people name last night.
You could imagine? You could imagine if these people had gotten the reins of government in 1979, Martha would have moaned, I believe, even more than how they're moaning now. Right? But every barrag has a Sabbath. And in closing, Margaret, except you have any other thing to say to me, you, in our thing in America, sometimes sun will shine and there comes a kind of devastation. They call them tornado. A big body a wind with a tail, or they call them twister. You will be shocked to know something when we've been calling you about some time ago. How the twister brings something and join it to it. Yeah. No wonder the movie they've been trying to make, the Dragon and the Red Army. And when the producer said, well, who's starring in it? Somebody said,
Fraudster.
We don't want to star in this. All we are acting crooks.
Fraudster.
You understand?
Yes.
That man, boy, is the first line I see them develop into a galba seed. I don't know if you know a galba seed. It is one of the bitterest commodity that you have. Yeah. But I want somebody to carry me over Dorset Hill. You hear me?
Ask Mr. Lloyd Gunsam, don't question me.
I want to go.
Lloyd Gunsam will take you there.
I want somebody to carry me Dorset Hill and carry me down by the cemetery. Let me look for a man to beg him pardon for what I've done to him.
Who you going to beg pardon now?
Huh?
Who you going to beg pardon now?
You know, some people don't start to dead in the grave. I'm sorry I had used to walking up all in the road speaking things out of your mind for what I have done for you. Sorry I bring on senile on you. But them the time coming.
You have to go Galba Range. Have a nice day.
Yep.
Okay?
So, yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Mac. Have a good day.
And if you have any land or one piece of trust.
Watch me. Go check Mr. Lloyd Gunsam. Have a nice night.
Okay, then.
All right, my dear.
Blessings.
Blessings on you, my brother. Come on, man.
Our battle, our greatest battle is a battle for the minds of public officers. It's a battle for that. And I'll tell you something, Abraham. I have been to some meetings with the government, and you know the first thing the PM always say? When there's a battle for public opinion, he would win it. You win that public opinion, and you have an opportunity to silence the unions.
All right, then. That's what you want to do. That is what you want to do.
Our battle, our greatest battle is a battle for the minds of public officers. It's a battle for that. And I'll tell you something, Abraham. I have been to some meetings with the government, and you know the first thing the PM always say? When there's a battle for public opinion, he would win it. You win that public opinion, and you have an opportunity to silence the unions.
That is what they are trying now to do. To silence the union. They try everything, you know. Try NASDAQ. Try NASDAQ. You had Noel? Well, Noel ain't all the mouth Noel have. Like you only step out of line. Jail. Jail in his cushion pen. Let you only step out of line. He will go to jail. Hans Matadiel, Ballas, and the police. Make sure you go to jail. And Buns is the other one. Buns is the other one. They will read the Maccabees version. They will read the Maccabees version and him again. But I'm playing these again for you because do so ain't like so. Whoever it is had sent secret police to the teachers' union meeting. Do so ain't like so. Do so ain't like so. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Margaret. How are you doing?
Oh, not bad, I got.
Yes, please. I wouldn't be long, but what I want to see is that if Vincent Chan can open up the eyes after all these things that transpire from the coach right down to this insultive 1%, and they cannot see that now is the time, stand up and make sure this country is rid of this evil that has been ruling it for the last 17 plus years. Well, they can sit down and fall asleep. Now is the time, Vincent Chan. Get up. Thank you very much, my sister.
All right, my dear. They better wake up before it is too late. They better wake up.
The issue of the recording
yes,
is illegal, it's immoral, it's unethical, and that one of and let us be quite clear that one of the members
yes,
of the special service unit is a principal of a primary school in St. Vincent and Grenadines.
What did you say there?
I am saying that one of the members, right, is a principal of one of the primary school.
One of the members of the
special service unit.
Is
I make no apology for this. Right?
Is a principal, you said, of a primary school?
Yes.
But how could that be possible?
How could that be? You don't know what's going on.
He said it.
I don't know.
We'll have to ask those authority how that's possible.
But we all know that we from our own intelligence as the executive who knew who did the recording.
Yes.
Right? The point is, clearly now, the Prime Minister is trying to turn the union into the force.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I gotta say, well, there were people saying you all shouldn't say anything. I totally disagree with them. You did the right thing. But I am here listening to the Prime Minister, and I'm telling you, I'm getting goose pimples. to hear that the Prime Minister is reporting that secret police were in the teachers' meeting and reporting to him. I
expect that. I expected that.
What the secret police doing in the teachers' union meeting?
They go to every private meeting, even in football elections meeting, the police presence.
Had his opening, there were a couple of them out there. I could even understand, but what are they doing now? And the Prime Minister has a dossier, and who said what inside of a meeting?
Well, that's the essence of a communist state.
This is, and check this out. He's in the report. The police reports that some speakers insulting the Prime Minister by calling him a communist.
There you go. No, but you need to repeat what you're saying. You're indicating to the public that the Prime Minister is confessing and or admitting or alerting the public that whenever there are private gatherings, to wit, in this case, the teachers' union meeting,
and reporting to him,
they were in the meeting.
Yes, sir.
So that the teachers' union don't have the privacy that they should be so entitled.
No, sir.
Without members who are present reporting back to the Prime Minister. Now, to the extent that the Prime Minister is saying what he is and who the Prime Minister is, you have to assume that he's not a reckless person in this regard, and that the purpose for declaring to the public that the special branch are present at teachers' meeting is to intimidate.
Precisely.
The teachers' union, to tell them, Big Brother is watching you.
Are the police also present at church services? I want to know.
And therefore, it means that whenever they attempt to hold bona fide meetings, a lot of the membership would be fearful to attend for fear that apart from the informers who normally will be there are official interventions by the state security who has it as a right to report back to the Prime Minister. Now, the Prime Minister is not alone at fault with this. If, in fact, the Commissioner of Police is also facilitating that, he is to also be held responsible, because there ought to be no presence of state security in the meetings of the teachers' union or any other private agency that is caring about their affairs.
I am telling you, this is really frightening. And
but it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me either.
Calling, in my view, this is calling for further action on the part of the teacher to protest this kind of intrusion.
Right.
This cannot stand.
Right.
It must not stand.
Must not stand.
No way.
And now he want them to leave the phone. No, he want them to leave the phone.
But you guys got one up on me. I didn't. I am dumbfounded. No way did I expect to hear this kind of thing. No way.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. In fact, when we were having our own press conference yesterday, I looked carefully to determine who was in the meeting, but equally to see who was 100 or so yards outside of our meeting, trying to determine who had attended the press briefing, because every action that's taken in this country is reported on, and that didn't surprise me in the least. But I take your point that it tells us the direction that we are going to a state-controlled society.
There's some people been telling me certain things in this country, and I've been laughing them off until I am not taking any of that stuff for granted anymore at all. At all. I don't know what to say.
But it really is intimidation. The idea is to suppress people so they can't express their views, to threaten them with reprisals and consequences, as the Prime Minister himself said before he went away.
Exactly.
That's why I mentioned it yesterday, because I did not take it lightly at all. I assumed that is what would happen. But we in St. Vincent and the Grenadines have to learn that in instances like this, we have to stand up for the principles on which we believe.
Hello, good night.
London.
Hello.
The chief thing I call you about, this thing slipped me. You have the thing where the fraudster been called Bones aboard.
Aboard?
Kobo.
Aboard. I know you say that Bones is sick. Bones is sick.
No, it be how one way say he's a Kobo.
Maybe, but not at my fingertip.
Well, you must look for that, because if he had stated that Bones was a Kobo, is the same Kumu, you know, gone to dialogue for 1%.
And not only that too, Bonds had said that the fellow we have here is a grave digger.
Yeah, but it's how this one had call him a Kumu. He was the worst of all the vultures. You must look for that tape.
Okay then.
Okay? Because you want to tell me the worst of all the birds, of all the vultures, is who gone to settle people payment.
But if you think that bad, Mr. Mac, the teachers union, well, I can't say the teachers union, right? A fella gave people advice and said to tape Master Willie. Now that he have issued that piece of advice, is that what he's afraid for? That what he's afraid about?
He looks so.
But no man is a conscience man. Do so you like so.
Yeah. And as I heard you mention earlier, a cane. It made me go back. It had cocaine. It had sugar cane. It had dung cane. And it have Cain the vagabond. Which one it does work with?
I don't know. But I know, boy, for the size of that guts and the size of that piece of cane, that cane will break.
No, if a cane the force, it's not going to break.
All right then. Well, later, eh?
Yeah, but you just look for that thing, give me, please.
All right, okay.
We call bonds.
Nice.
People must take a book, a cue from me.
Not a book, a page.
If you're going to deal with Ralph Gonsalves. I think I told you this before. If you can't take a tape, take a witness. Do not speak to Ralph Gonsalves by yourself. NDP people. I got some tapes home I wouldn't play.
Play them. Ralph. All him out here, play them.
You don't talk to him. Because anything you say, don't even say that, because you see, he might say, if he says something and you say he might say, agreed with him.
Yes.
You simply do not do it. Don't do it, because trust me.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good night.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I've been listening to the program, Maybe I'm running out of lyrics and some of the rhetoric that we're accustomed to hear. People espousing and so on. With all what I'm hearing, I just want to ask you a question and those who could answer. Do you think this is enough for people to vote out the comrade this time?
More than enough.
Okay.
More than enough.
Yeah, because I think what today I mentioned, the last two elections, 8-7. And these people seem to have the country how they want. I know the Prime Minister
and Dave.
Hello?
Dave.
Yeah, where's me?
Oh, Dave. No, because I want to redirect you, right? What are your views on the cell phone issue?
Oh, Lord. I said that today, why you have to, I ever get, that policy came under us, right?
Yes.
Well, right, so what do you expect?
No, what you expect, man? I am asking you, what are your thoughts? What do you expect?
I'm against that. I'm just fed up of hearing the same thing over and over again. This man has committed so much sin, so to speak, that I am coming to the belief now that more you do wrong thing, or more you show no integrity, no morality, I think that's the best way to go in our country.
Yeah.
Because in spite of all what is being said, what is being done, and what the comrade is dishing out to people, people still love him. That's the impression I get. I don't know if I'm wrong.
Why you think
the comrade is still standing? You know. He's still,
watch me, Dave. Why you think we had these counterfeit ballots in the last election?
Why I think we had the counterfeit ballot?
Is it love?
If that, I mean, even I have called for, even the court I can't tolerate now.
Is it love? Is it love?
If it's love, I am totally against all this hanky-panky stuff and so on. I mean, you see Christian people, you hear certain names being called in certain things. And I tell you something, you know, I know of certain secrets and all of that. I can't prove it for myself, but I mean, I could see why this country is in the state it is. Because I won't believe some people in high places, like ministers of religion, people in high offices, have this country in this kind of situation.
Watch me. Adolphus Isaacs, Mr. Isaacs, he's not a preacher?
I saw him to myself. I said, I hope he's guiding his flock. I told him that.
But they say he's on the Public Service Commission?
Oh.
Yes. And if even them,
to be honest, I don't even know who they are now. But I hear you call some names. You're right. And to me, I thought some of those, I thought those names were brand names that you could look up to.
All right then.
But when I hear those names called, I tremble.
Especially after you heard the judgment, right?
Yeah.
Cause for tremble, man. Cause for anybody to tremble.
And wait, how did the Prime Minister deal with the judge? Because he seemed as though he could tell the judge anything, you know.
Well, no. Well, here we happen now. If you think it's only public sector workers he thinks inefficient and ineffective and incompetent, do they feel the same way about the lawyers for the...
Of course.
He said that the lawyers for the case, the Attorney General and Kezran Walters and Blazer Williams, them, in other words, he's saying they're incompetent.
All right.
Yes, he said that they didn't prepare a good case.
Your partner Bing says the only Western people who could prosper in this country. I don't know.
I believe so.
Huh?
I believe so.
Yeah, and they could do no wrong. In a country that has maybe 99% or whatever black people.
Why you think he thinking so? That what he thinking too? He know that?
Well, they say he come from Connery. But I noticed, if you remember when he first came into office, he said, I'm a Portuguese, right? Nobody didn't ask him who he be. But he declared that he's a Portuguese. I wonder if that maybe had a profound meaning when he said that.
Yeah.
And then he told some people who came here. You see, I remember the history. I know this history of a lot of things. You know. I remember some people came to interview him when he from America. There, he said to them, "You might be surprised to see up somebody like me, meaning he's of a different color, texture, whatever. Is Prime Minister of a predominantly black country." I remember he told some reporters early in his when he just took office. So I say all of that because the man has declared himself who are going to have this. Huh?
Yep.
There are many stories about him from way back in Connery Bay.
No, watch me. Is it kind of what I'm concerned about, right? It's so do so like so.
But what you expect?
It is not a matter of what you expect because you know about the stories of them. So should I say now what they expect?
I know the man inside outside.
All right then.
Inside out. I can't waste no more time with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Is the people are here telling people to wake up and all, you know. I can't tell Vincentian to wake up again because I think if they can't wake up, it means that he has him under a spell. And they don't know, you know.
Okay, but I think I find the clip. Hello? I think I find the clip now with Noel, right?
What's that?
With Hans Matadial. Let me play a clip here for you. So later.
All right.
Okay. I think I find the one now with Noel. Let us hope it is this one, right? Let us hope it's this one here.
A fellow named Ralph Gonsalves called me, spoke to me, right? Telling me how we keep everything together.
Oh, no, Noel, you're not getting off tonight, you know. You're not getting off tonight because of finding that thing in line. Understand why he's like that. Understand why he is like that. But folks,
people must take a book, a cue from me. If you're going to deal with Ralph Gonsalves, I think I told you this before, if you can't take a tape, take a witness. Do not speak to Ralph Gonsalves by yourself. NDP people, I got some tapes home I won't play from Ralph. You don't talk to him. Because anything you say, don't even say that, because you see, he might say, if he says something and you say, he might say, agreed with him.
Yes.
You know, you simply do not do it. Don't do it. Because trust me, sooner, not even later, sooner rather than later, he's going to come out and try to put a wedge and put a doubt in people's mind as to your loyalty to the party. Don't do it.
You know, what you're saying is good advice.
Don't talk to him.
It's good advice.
Stay away from him. Yeah. And if you got to talk to Ralph, it must be in a crowd. Or do like me, tape him.
I say, friend, you're talking to me. Don't tape my conversation. You see how I could be talking to you and tape your conversation? He has gone, he not only taped my conversation, he played it back on radio, except to say he edited it, pieced it together to make the conversation look bad from my standpoint. What he has done is a criminal offense. I am waiting on all of them.
But hey, now, folks, I was listening to the fella there a while ago say that if you can't take a witness, tape him. There were witnesses in the room. But you could trust those witnesses? Could you trust Noel? Could you have trusted Bonds? No. One time we went to a trade union meeting and you know, for the summer, and I had a big cuss out. Yes, man. Ask Philip. He will tell you. But folks, since we are speaking rules and cell phone rules, we have to go back to the issue, to the case, the court ruling. And folks, I wonder what to do with the one with Julian and speaking about Bigger Biggs and Bigger Biggs property. But we have to go back to that because Bigger Biggs put up a gate at his private property, and whoever it is went and take it down. Take down Bigger Biggs gate. Bigger. It is time for an injunction to stop these people from removing your gate. It is time for an injunction to stop them. You hear, tell you? But folks, our time has come to an end. It is now 10:58. 10:58. We ain't forgetting the election petitions. We ain't forgetting the issue of accountability. And folks, I heard a fella on radio, I think was on Monday night, still speaking his foolishness about Dr. Friday and passport. So let us give him this again.
At the moment, all Commonwealth citizens with 1 year's residence in this country can run for elections. But in the new law, the new constitution, only those from CARICOM, OECS countries which are in the Commonwealth. At the moment, a man can come here from Nigeria and spend a year and run for office. A man can come here from England, from Canada, and live 1 year here and can run for office.
Nice. So folks, teachers, Public Service Union, Police Welfare Association, the next time you are called to a meeting with this man, consult with me. Yeah, I tell you. Call me. Hire me, but do not walk with your phone. Let the policemen them over there in the corner tape the meeting. Let them do it. They had a phone over there. So you can't blame you. God has not given us a spirit of fear. You know what he did? He gave us a spirit of love, of power, and of a sound mind. Continue taking care of your darling selves. If it is the will of the Lord, I will see you on Friday, if not on Wednesday night. Take care.
People must take a book, a cue from me. If you're going to deal with Ralph Gonsalves, I think I told you this before, if you can't take a tape, take a witness. Do not speak to Ralph Gonsalves by yourself. NDP people, I got some tapes home I wouldn't play from Ralph. You don't talk to him. Because anything you say, don't even say that, because you see, he might say, if he says something and you say he might say, agreed with him.
Yes.
You know, you simply do not do it. Don't do it, because trust me, sooner, not even later, sooner rather than later, he's going to come out and try to put a wedge and put a doubt in people's mind as to your loyalty to the party. Don't do it.
You know, what you're saying is good advice.
Don't talk to him.
It's good advice.
Stay away from him. And if you got to talk to Ralph, it must be in a crowd. Or do like me, tape him.
She is apparently the queen of talk radio and research on radio. Margaret London.
She's royal, yeah, so royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind.
Margaret London, queen of talk radio.
This is the midnight attraction. Say what, a night nurse.
St. Vincent need a night nurse. Join Margaret London every Wednesday night, 9 to 10:30 p.m.
Anytime you want, I'm there.
It is time to take your medication, attend to your problems, easing your pain, injecting clarity on the airwaves. Every Wednesday, 9 to 10:30 p.m. It's your night nurse, Margaret London, on Nice Radio.
N-I-C-E, Nice Radio.
What is nice?
National, interactive, concerned, and enlightening.
National, to serve you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Interactive, so that you can keep in close touch with us by giving us a call at any one moment.
Concerned about the needs and welfare of our people.
And enlightening in our attempt to bring information to you.
That's what nice is all about.
And you can't get nicer than nice.
90.3, 96.7, 101.3 FM.
Nice Radio.
Nice Radio.
N-I-C-E, Nice Radio.
What is nice?
National, interactive, concerned, and enlightened.